Hello, I'm Dr. Stephanie Roberts. If you're over 50, this is something you should know. If your mornings aren't what they once were, and I think we both know exactly what I'm referencing here, you need to pay attention. You're already consuming coffee every single morning, right? What if I told you that adding a few basic ingredients to that cup could significantly improve blood flow, vitality, and yes, those morning situations that used to be far more dependable? I'm Dr. NE7, Stephanie Roberts, and I have dedicated over 10 years as a urologist helping men resolve these specific concerns. I've seen thousands of patients struggle with these issues, and honestly, sometimes the most effective solutions aren't in the pharmacy. They are sitting in your kitchen pantry. Today, I'm going to show you precisely what to mix into your coffee to transform it from a simple wake-up drink into something that genuinely supports your performance all day long. And before you dismiss this as some fringe holistic trend, understand that everything I'm sharing today is grounded in actual research. We are discussing peer-reviewed clinical studies, not internet gossip. But more importantly, these are methods that real men in my practice have been utilizing successfully for years. Look, coffee is excellent. It gets your pulse quickening, rouses your brain, and provides that mental edge. But here is the reality. Plain coffee creates that surge and subsequent slump. Your heart races for a moment. Then you're hunting for a second cup by 10 a.m. And while it is temporarily boosting circulation, it isn't addressing the underlying physiological issues that truly matter after age 50. Your testosterone is declining, your blood vessels are losing elasticity, and that quick caffeine hit is essentially like applying a Band-Aid to a ruptured pipe. What we must do is convert that coffee into a tool that actually targets what is happening inside your body. Same morning routine, but now it's working for you in ways that actually count. Think of it this way. You wouldn't put low-grade fuel in a Ferrari, right? Well, after 50, your body requires premium fuel, not just the basic stuff. And the fantastic thing is, you can upgrade your coffee with items you likely already have in your kitchen or can purchase for a few dollars at any local grocery store. First up, cinnamon. And I don't mean dumping half a bottle in there. Just a quarter, perhaps a half teaspoon if you enjoy the flavor. But here is the catch. Not all cinnamon is manufactured equal. You want Ceylon cinnamon if you can find it, not the common cassia cinnamon from the baking aisle. Ceylon has significantly lower coumarin levels, which is vital if you're consuming it daily. Coumarin can be quite taxing on your liver in high quantities. Here is why cinnamon is so critical. It is effectively nature's blood sugar stabilizer. Studies indicate it can lower fasting blood sugar by as much as 29%, and blood sugar management is massive for erections. When your blood sugar spikes and drops throughout the day, it is gradually damaging those microscopic blood vessels that support your anatomy. We're talking about vessels thinner than a human hair. They are the first to fail when blood sugar becomes unregulated. High blood sugar triggers a process called glycation. Essentially, your blood turns into a syrup that gums up your vessels. It acts like rough friction inside your arteries. Cinnamon contains compounds called polyphenols that smooth all that out, keeping your levels consistent, which translates to better blood flow where it counts. But here's what's truly fascinating. Cinnamon also possesses a warming effect that relaxes blood vessels through a process called vasodilation. You know that sensation when you eat something spicy and feel warm all over? It's a similar concept but much gentler. The compound responsible is cinnamaldehyde, and it actually assists your body in producing nitric oxide, the very same molecule that Viagra targets. Guys tell me they experience much more balanced energy all day when they add cinnamon to their brew. No jitters, no sudden crash, just consistent strength. One patient, a 8-year-old contractor, told me it was the difference between needing a midday nap and powering through his afternoon site visits. Plus, it makes your coffee taste like you bought it from a high-end cafe. If you've ever tried a Mexican or Middle Eastern coffee, you know that cinnamon coffee pairing is centuries old. Those cultures recognized the benefits long before we had clinical studies to prove them. Next up, cocoa powder. Not the sugary hot chocolate mix. Real, unsweetened cocoa powder, the kind so dark it appears almost black. Just a single teaspoon stirred into your coffee, and here is what occurs. Cocoa is packed with flavonoids, specifically epicatechin and catechin. These are the same compounds that make dark chocolate a health food, but without the added sugar and calories. These flavonoids perform a critical task. They boost nitric oxide production. If you aren't familiar with nitric oxide, it is basically the primary trigger for vascular response. It is the chemical signal that instructs your blood vessels to open wide and allow blood to surge in. When you are young, your body generates plenty of nitric oxide. After age 50, production typically drops by nearly half. The more nitric oxide you can generate, the easier and firmer your erections become. And cocoa has been scientifically proven to increase it naturally. One study from the Journal of Hypertension demonstrated that men who consumed cocoa daily had blood flow improvements comparable to some medical prescriptions, but without the side effects. We are talking about a 30% improvement in flow-mediated dilation, which is just medical terminology for how efficiently your arteries open up. It also has an interesting effect on your mood. Cocoa contains compounds called anandamides, the same chemicals your brain produces when you are in love. It literally improves your sense of well-being. There is also phenylethylamine, which acts as a natural mood elevator. So, you aren't just supporting physical performance, you're getting your mental state in the game, too. And let's be honest, half of performance is psychological. Furthermore, a benefit nobody mentions. Cocoa is rich in magnesium. Magnesium is essential for testosterone production and muscular function. Most men are deficient in magnesium, and this is an effortless way to get more. The flavor profile transforms your coffee into a mocha without the sugar bomb. If you find it too bitter initially, add a tiny bit of stevia or monk fruit, natural sweeteners that won't disrupt your blood sugar. Now, maca powder. This one is quite unique. Peruvians have utilized it for millennia, often referring to it as nature's Viagra, but it doesn't function like a pill at all. Instead of forcing blood flow for a few hours, maca actually assists your body in producing more of its own hormones organically. Maca grows at 14,000 feet in the Andes Mountains in environments where almost nothing else can survive. That brutal environment makes the plant incredibly hardy and nutrient-dense. It contains 19 amino acids, vitamin C and E, calcium, zinc, iron, and magnesium, plus a variety of unique compounds called macaridines and macamides that aren't found anywhere else. Studies on maca are quite impressive. A 2009 study showed that men taking 2.4 grams daily, roughly a teaspoon for 12 weeks, reported significant improvements in drive and performance. Another study found it boosted sperm health and motility. But here is the key. It isn't a stimulant. It is what we call an adaptogen, meaning it helps your body manage stress and maintain internal equilibrium. What makes maca special is how it seems to influence the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, the master controllers of your hormonal system. It doesn't add external hormones to your body. It helps your body manufacture more of its own. That is why the benefits accumulate over time rather than hitting you instantly. A teaspoon in your coffee provides a slightly nutty, almost butterscotch-like flavor. Some guys say it tastes like malted milk. Some love it. Others need a few days to adjust. Pro tip: yellow maca is the mildest in flavor. Red maca is supposedly best for prostate health, and black maca is considered superior for energy and endurance. I usually suggest starting with yellow. The results? Most men observe a difference in energy and desire within 2 to 3 weeks, not overnight, but real, sustainable progress. The best aspect of maca is that it isn't just about physical response. Guys report better gym sessions, clearer cognition, and just feeling more like themselves again. One of my patients, a 4-year-old teacher, said it felt like someone flipped the power switch back on. Everything just felt more focused and sharp. Okay, coconut oil in coffee sounds unusual. I realize that. But hear me out. Once you whisk a teaspoon of coconut oil into your steaming coffee, it yields a rich, velvety beverage that keeps you satiated and energized for hours. No mid-morning slump, no hunger pangs, no desperate reach for a snack at 10 a.m. But here is the scientific explanation. Testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol, and fats the good fats, not the trans fat junk. Your body requires raw materials to manufacture hormones, and if you have been on a low-fat diet for years thinking it was healthy, you might have been starving your hormone production. Coconut oil provides medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Unlike other fats that must pass through your entire digestive tract, MCTs go directly to your liver where they are converted into immediate energy. It's like premium fuel your body can utilize instantly. Roughly 60% of coconut oil is MCTs, specifically lauric acid, which possesses antimicrobial properties and supports your immune system. Studies show MCTs can actually elevate testosterone levels. One study found that men consuming MCTs had 20% higher testosterone levels than those consuming other types of fat. They also had improved thyroid function, which is vital for metabolism. Guys who adopt this coconut oil coffee habit, some call it bulletproof coffee, report consistent energy all morning, better mental clarity, and enhanced gym performance. The fat slows down the absorption of caffeine, so instead of a spike and crash, you get a steady release over several hours, and over time, supporting healthy fat intake supports healthy testosterone levels. The trick is you must blend it. Don't just stir it with a spoon, or you will have an oil slick on top that is, frankly, unpleasant. Use a blender, a small milk frother, or even a mason jar that you shake vigorously. It turns into a creamy, latte-like drink that honestly tastes superior to regular coffee. The texture is similar to an expensive coffeehouse beverage. Some guys can't handle the oil immediately. Your gallbladder needs time to adjust to processing that much fat in the morning. Start with half a teaspoon and increase it over a week or two. If you experience digestive issues, scale back and build up more gradually. You can also utilize MCT oil instead of coconut oil. It is more concentrated and some people find it easier to digest. Last one, ginger. Freshly grated ginger or even high-quality ginger powder. This stuff is like rocket fuel for your circulation. It contains compounds called gingerols and shogales that are potent anti-inflammatories. They dilate blood vessels, minimize inflammation, and get this, studies show it can actually boost testosterone levels by shielding your testicles from oxidative stress. I know that sounds strange, but consider the facts. Your testicles are under constant pressure, heat from sitting all day, friction from tight clothing, oxidative stress from normal metabolism, and environmental toxins. The temperature in your anatomy needs to be 2 to 3 degrees cooler than your core body temperature for peak function. When they become too hot or stressed, testosterone production plummets. Ginger helps shield them and keep them operating correctly. One study from 2012 demonstrated a 17.7% increase in testosterone after 3 months of daily ginger supplementation. Another study showed enhanced sperm count and motility. Researchers believe it works by increasing luteinizing hormone, which signals your body to produce more testosterone. In your coffee, ginger adds a warm, zesty punch. It isn't overpowering, but it's sufficient to rouse your entire system. It's like the difference between a gentle alarm clock and a focused wake-up call. It gets you moving without the shock. Start with a quarter teaspoon of powder or a thin slice of fresh ginger about the size of a coin. Fresh ginger versus powder. Fresh has more of the volatile oils that provide an immediate circulation boost. Powder is more concentrated in the active compounds for long-term physiological benefits. I usually recommend fresh in the morning for that wake-up effect, but powder works great if you are traveling or busy. Fair warning, ginger can be intense for some individuals. If you have a sensitive stomach, start very small or take it with food. It can also thin your blood slightly, so if you are on blood thinners, consult your physician. But for most men, it is incredibly safe and has been utilized medicinally for over 5,000 years now. Now, you're likely thinking, am I expected to transform my kitchen into a science laboratory every morning? Not at all. Here is how to make this work in the real world. Start with one addition, just one. Try cinnamon for a week. See how you feel. Then perhaps introduce cocoa the following week. You don't need all 5 every single day. In fact, that might be overkill. Here is the simplified version that still yields results. Buy pre-mixed cinnamon and cocoa. Keep it in a container by your coffee machine. 1 spoonful in your cup and you're finished. It takes 5 seconds. Or just get a good maca powder and add that. Simple. If you want to get elaborate, here is my weekend power coffee. Brew your regular coffee, put it in a blender with a teaspoon of coconut oil, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of cocoa, and a small piece of fresh ginger. Blend for 30 seconds. It's like a healthy cafe drink that actually benefits your biology. Don't overdo it. More is not necessarily better here. Loading your coffee with all 5 ingredients on day 1 is going to cause digestive distress and probably turn you off the entire concept. Start small. Don't expect instant miracles. If you have serious medical conditions, diabetes, heart disease, or similar, this isn't going to cure you. See your specialist. This is about biological optimization, not primary medication. Don't use the sugary versions, sweetened cocoa, candied ginger, or cinnamon sugar that defeats the entire purpose. We are trying to assist your blood sugar, not send it through the roof. And don't quit after 1 week. Your body has been operating one way for decades. It requires time to adapt and respond to new inputs. Give it at least 30 days before you decide if a specific ingredient is working for you. Here is what I want you to do. Pick 1 ingredient. I'd suggest starting with cinnamon because it is easy and most people enjoy the flavor profile. Add a quarter teaspoon to your coffee every morning for the next 30 days. That is the mission. Week 1, just cinnamon. A quarter teaspoon every morning. Monitor how you feel. Week 2, add cocoa if you are feeling positive. 1 teaspoon along with the cinnamon. Week 3, try maca 3 times this week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Week 4, experiment with either coconut oil or ginger, whichever sounds more appealing to you. Keep a log of how you feel, energy levels, mood, morning situations, workout intensity, whatever is important to you. Use your phone's notes app or a simple piece of paper on your refrigerator. Rate your energy from 1 to 10 each day. Note anything unusual, good or bad. I'm betting you'll observe enough of a difference that you'll want to maintain the habit and experiment further. Most guys who commit to this for a month end up making it a permanent part of their morning. And if you really want to go for it, try my 3-ingredient starter combo. Cinnamon, cocoa, and maca every morning for a month. The total cost is maybe $15 for all 3. The potential upside? Feeling like yourself again. Gentlemen, you do not have to accept decline as the inevitable normal. Your morning coffee can be more than just a wake-up call. It can be a daily dose of natural support for everything that matters to you as a man. These aren't exotic or rare ingredients. You can find them at any supermarket. They are affordable. They don't taste unpleasant. and they are backed by both modern science and 5 millennia of traditional use. So, tomorrow morning, when you're preparing your coffee, remember this conversation. Remember that you have the power to upgrade your day with just a simple addition to your cup. Your body is still capable of remarkable things. Sometimes it just requires the proper fuel. Drop a comment and let me know what you currently add to your coffee. I'm curious what you guys are already doing. And if you try any of these, come back and update me on your progress. Your experience might help another guy take that first step. If this information helped you out, hit subscribe for more real talk about men's health after 50. No judgment, no embarrassment, just practical advice that actually works. And share this with a buddy who might benefit. Sometimes the best thing you can do for a friend is provide them with information that could change their life. Until next time, this is Dr. Stephanie Roberts reminding you that minor adjustments produce massive outcomes. Keep pushing forward, gentlemen.